Hello, and welcome back to Tech Tuesday. Last week, we talked a little bit about bulk create, which is a feature that you can use in ChatGPT to create a template slide and then kind of automatically fill in the data. Now, what I like to do in my classes, my English class and my journalism class, especially when I'm introducing a brand new piece of text for the first time, is I like to kind of split it up and give it its own separate slides. And when I do that, students are able to focus a little bit better. I take all of that, I put it on a Pear Deck. I can actually check for understanding as students are reading, have them highlight different things, close read, annotate. So we're going to take a look at the first step of how to do that. This is actually a lesson that I'm planning on doing with my journalism class, where I'm going to have them take a look at a particular current events article, in this case talking about the lack of comedy movies in theaters. This particular author is trying to make the argument about why that's so important. We're going to talk a little bit about that for a jumping off point for perhaps a future podcast episode or something like that. Let's take a look at how to do the first section here, which is how to level the text using Padlet AI, how to put it into different cells using ChatGPT, and how to put that all into Canva using bulk create. This is something we call app smashing, where you take different elements of each app and you kind of push them all together. Let's take a look at how to do that. I'll start off by going to Padlet TA. I'm going to upload this article from the New York Times, which is good, but it's maybe a little bit beyond where my 7th graders are. So I've uploaded it here. You'll see that it's got a number of different paragraphs, but still keeps the basic ideas of the article intact. I'm going to copy and paste all of this. So I'll select Control C. Then I'll go ahead and open up ChatGPT here. I'm going to give it some instructions. Can you take this and create a sheet and put each of these paragraphs into a separate cell so that I'm able to use bulk create, which we had talked about last week. I'll give it those instructions. It tailors it for that particular format. Then I'll go ahead, paste that using Control V. Got all of that there. It'll take a moment. Here's all of my paragraphs again, but it's put it into that format. I'm going to say, can you actually create another column? And I kind of want to give it just a quick little title for each column, because I'm going to split these up and put these onto different slides using that bulk create idea. I'll give it a specific instruction here, give it a title for each paragraph with little labels. So I've got that. Then it'll say, can you go ahead and put that into a CSV? It'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and download that. So I'll just click on here, download it to my download files. And then I go create a presentation. I'm going to use the same kind of steps that I did for bulk create last week. But because I'm talking about movies here, and the importance of seeing movies, especially comedies in theaters, which is what I'm going to do with my journalism class, I found this template. I want to find a particular slide that works pretty well for what I'm doing. I'll see right here, I've got my title here, I've got some bullet points. So I'll just go ahead and adjust this a little bit. I'll take the font size down. I can always make this a little bit bigger later. I'll put that right in the center. I'll go ahead and delete the stuff that it doesn't seem like I'm going to need. So I'll do that real quick. My main template slide looks pretty good. So I'm going to upload the data with bulk create. Do that right here. There's that CSV that ChatGPT created earlier. Now I need to make sure to go ahead and link that data to my different elements. So I'll go here, connect this to the title, and then connect this to the paragraph. Connect, paragraph. Then when I go to continue, it'll say, is this all the data that you want applied? Awesome, it'll generate that. And now I'll take a look, and there I go. I actually have all of my slides, all of those paragraphs, one paragraph per slide. It makes it a little bit easier to read together as a class. And I can go ahead and actually adjust this. So I'm going to make the font a little bit larger just for each of these. Once I've done that, I can add particular elements to each slide. For example, I'm talking about Liam Neeson in this particular slide. Find a picture right here. I'll take that, copy that, paste. And I can go ahead and find different elements that go along with each slide. And we can actually read this together as a class, splitting it up so it makes it a little bit easier for students to follow along so they're not glazing over their eyes over different paragraphs. And we can actually talk about each paragraph in our next lesson that we're going to be taking a look at next week. Thank you for watching this edition of Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions or have something that you'd like to be covered in a future episode, let me know.